Consistency. Woo! This is the whole team, like the whole team invited. I see 38 people at this very moment. We are Dirk and Muriel, one of the leaders here in Team Consistency, together with John and Natasha and Michael. We're just here to serve you, to inspire you, to mentor you along your way here in Aspire Digital Altitude. I got the honor from the guys to open this meeting, and seeing all those people, and I've been on video a lot, but it's like, ooh, I don't want to miss anything. But I know they have my back. I see all of your beautiful faces. I feel so at home. I'm just going to open this hangout saying hi. Thank you so much who already know us. You know, I'm not going to introduce ourselves really huge, but I just want to, and foremost, warm welcome all brand new team members, because who already know us, we hang out in the Skype chat, we have exclusive pieces of this team, but you are all part of Digital Altitude, working with the Aspire system. Some of you have not even started the team of the coach steps yet, but if you don't really know why we're here, just stay tuned, stay till the end. We're gonna share awesome things. This is a special call, and we're gonna all share pieces of it. We're gonna hear team members. We're gonna reveal. I'm not gonna sharing it. Dirk's not gonna sharing it. What our team vision is, but I want you to promise to stay till the end. Who's committed to stay till the end? And not gonna miss what's gonna come the whole year with you. The team is really important for us personally. I know it's really important for John and Michael and Natasha and Chrissy. This team is built by all of you, not by just leaders, not by just people who are making money. This is by all of us, right? So what are we gonna do today? We have some special things waiting for you. We're gonna talk, of course, about the team vision. We're gonna hear exciting and raw and emotional, goosebumpy stories of team members about results. We're gonna look back what happened in the last couple of months, and we're gonna look forward. But first, some people, and I really had to look it up myself, and Dirk did. This is Dirk, my husband.
Hey guys.
He's gonna share before I'm gonna pass it to John, Natasha, and Michael. What is vision, Dirk? Why is it so important to talk about vision? What is it? What is vision?
Well, I remember when we got started, everybody was talking about vision. You have to have a vision. I thought, what is this vision? You know, I was really, to be honest, really confused about the concept of vision. I had businesses before, but you know, I was somebody who just, I'm gonna do this. But I lost track so many times, and I later I figured out why. Because a vision is just, you know, the ability to look into the future, you know, to describe to live your future as if it's already there, and maybe another word is a goal. Where do you want? But you can see this is where I want to go, and this is what I want to create. And once I learned that, I think things definitely changed for us, because we have short-term visions, you know, where do we want to go, but also for the long term, where do we want to go? And for you need to have a personal vision. Where do you want to take your business? Where do you want to be next year this time? What do you want 2018 to bring for you? And we also have that as a team, don't we?
Yeah, if we put all those visions on a big pile, you know how powerful that is. You know how much expertise is sitting here on my screen, people from all over the world. So if you're still brand new, you did not start just working with the system. This is your family. Not everyone committed yet to feel it as a family, but we are here to be your family. We're going to be here for you. You just have to open your heart, open your mind. We have done incredible things, and we're going to make it an awesome team hangout. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for sharing that. Beautiful vision is something that's not there yet, but you see it in your own mind, and anything is basically possible. I'm going to pass it to, first of all, we love to be working with John, Natasha, and Michael. I'm going to just pass it to John as he's unmuted. John, just take it away. I could not think about how it would be not working with you guys.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Love you guys. I'm getting some feedback, so Muriel, if you could mute, I think it's coming back from yours. There we go. Cool. All right, you guys hear me okay?
So
sweet. Go ahead.
We're getting over the cold, so we're a little nasally this morning. But anyway, bear with us if we have to tap our noses.
Yeah. You know how it is when you have a family and one gets sick, and then pretty soon the other one falls, and then all three dominoes fall. That's what happened to us over the holiday time. So we're just on the recovery side.
Yeah.
So vision, guys. You know, we had. Have you guys anyone here ever felt like you're just stuck in life?
Well, we have been.
Come on, be honest, right?
Yeah.
You just don't really like your current situation. You feel stuck. Well, that's where we were a few years ago, and you know, our vision was something different from where we were at that point. And we had always wanted to be able to create a lifestyle of freedom. And what that means to us is, you know, being able to go where you want to go, like, you know, if we wanted to go visit our friends out in Atlanta, we would just say, hey, let's go visit our friends in Atlanta. And you get on the internet, you book some tickets, and you just go, right? And not have to worry about, well, how much is it going to cost? Is it going to work for us? You know, how can we budget that in, right? Budgeting sucks, right? Budgeting sucks. Nobody wants to budget. Wouldn't you rather just have an abundance of money and be able to do whatever you want?
Well, because we know. We sat there one time and we said, well, we got to cancel that and cancel that and cancel that. And I looked at him and I said, I have canceled everything I could possibly cancel. I can't. The only way is to just make more money. And so we laugh about it now because, you know, it is actually far easier to make more money really than it is to cancel anything else that we had in our life. You know, I mean, you have water and utilities and all that sort of thing.
Yep.
So actually, then segueing to that is that we actually end up spending time when we meet for coffee. And we spend time together looking at each other, right? Talking. We actually talk a lot about what we want things to be like and where we want to go and what we want to do. Anyway, back to where we were at the time. Sorry.
Yeah, and that's perfect. And, you know, and at the time we hadn't had our kid yet, you know, in the time that we were starting to talk about these things. And, you know, we had just wanted to be able to travel and go do the things we wanted and have more freedom in our lives. And then when our son was born, that changed everything. Those of you that have kids, you know what I'm talking about with that. It changes you, and all of a sudden you want to spend so much time with your kids, whether you have one or three, you want to spend time there. That's your investment now. That's the future. And we hated sending them off to school. We hated that at that time I had to get up in the morning and be gone all day, and I didn't come home until, you know, later in the evening, and it was only that little window of time to get to spend with him.
Especially during the poopy diapers phase.
Yeah, she hated that.
I used to call John, please, can you come home? I don't know how I'm going to do this one all by myself.
So, you know, we talked about it all the time. We always sat down and wherever we were at, we'd be just talking about what we wanted things to be like in the future. And I think that's so important. And I think at the time we didn't realize how important that was, but now we do.
But we meet people who don't do that. And that's interesting to us because it's something that we've done. And if you think about, now we know we have a name for it. It's called deliberate creation.
Right.
You know,
and it's really the process of taking your vision of what you want and putting it in the forefront of your mind all the time. So always be thinking about it. When you go to bed at night thinking about what you want to happen in the future, what you want your life to be like, whether that's the next day, the next month, or the next year. Think about it all the time. And by thinking about it, you make it real. And that's exactly what we did. We decided that we were just going to make it happen. And when we started the online business stuff, we just said, you know, whatever it takes, we're going to commit to it. We're going to do exactly what people that are getting results that we want are doing and are telling us to do, even if it's uncomfortable for us. And we just flat did it. And this past year, we broke all our records. You know, I had my biggest income day ever, which was, I think, $16,700 in a single day with this business. We've had top months, you know, and it's been fantastic because all of this income has come in because of this automated system. It happens while we're off doing other fun things, like vacationing in Mexico or hanging out in San Diego with friends, or, you know, just goofing around with family, doing family stuff, or mountain biking, or something other than sitting in front of my computer doing work.
But I have
right?
to say that during the years that we were building and things weren't, you know, or the money wasn't coming in, we would daily do something fun. And I think that was really important, to have some fun every day, so you don't feel like, you know, it's, first of all, you have something to look forward to, but second of all, it's the right mindset.
Yeah.
For us, we love to go on walks. You see John at the coffee shop all the time. He really is there all the time. He goes on walks. If I can go with him, we go together. We talk and walk. We used to do it when we walked our dog. And but you know, having that time and that fun in the day really just changes the day completely.
Yeah, absolutely. And anybody can do this, right? It doesn't take a lot of money. You don't have to be going on lavish vacations in order to show that to people so they think you're successful and then they'll join you. It doesn't work like that, right? Just enjoy yourself. Enjoy your life. Go do some fun things, no matter what they are, even if they're things that cost nothing. Before we had a lot of money, we do exactly what Natasha said. We go out to coffee. We go mountain biking. We go to the park and hang out with our son and take pictures of it and share that. And, you know, that's stuff anyone can do. But here's the thing. Here's how your life can change as a part of this business. And that is the automation side of it, right? Nothing out there, and trust me when I tell you that nothing out there will work like this, because we've done everything.
We have. Mm-hmm.
We've tried everything, right? And there are no business models that allow you to put automation into play to the level that this one does, to where you can literally work, you know, 90 minutes to maybe 2 hours a day, and the rest of the day is yours. And even in the beginning, you might not be seeing a lot of money yet coming in from that 90 minutes a day that you're putting in. But over time, as you're consistent, that's why we're called team consistency, right? Consistency is super important. You just do exactly what we share with you to do. And over time, it compounds. And pretty soon the money starts coming in. Pretty soon, over time, you've created a machine that works whether you do or not. And that's the power of it. You know, when you see people like myself, like Dirk and Muriel, like Michael, like Jen, you know, that have these huge income days, it's because they've done it consistently long enough over time and committed and positioned to start getting that flow of energy, of money coming back into them. And that's how it works. So I encourage anybody who's watching this, if you haven't gotten started, if you're still kind of sitting on the fence, you're a trial member, but you haven't really connected, you haven't really started going through your steps yet, boom. Now's the time to do it. Trust me, there is nothing out there like this. This is the place to commit, and you know, your life will change if you get attached with this group and you start participating and really recognize the kind of support that's here for you. So with that, I'm going to kick it over to the original founder of Team Consistency, my friend Michael Martin.
Awesome. Well, it's good to see everybody on here, man. This is great. And you guys see, I'm a little dressed up today, man. I dress up just for this occasion. Well, not really. I have a wedding to go to after this. But anyway, anyway, guys, hey, it's great to see you guys. I'm gonna talk more about some vision. John's gonna share a little bit more about team vision here in just a minute after we talk to some of our team members. But I just want to say, hey, I've got some stuff I want to share with you guys after the fact as we start to wrap things up. But I do want to ask you this, okay? One question and one challenge to some of you guys watching this today, okay? Because this is really going to be productive for you. And what I want you to do is make sure you have pen and paper handy. And if you do have that handy right now, go ahead and start writing down a couple of your goals. Like what is it that you want to accomplish in 2018? Because if you're brave enough, if you want to, we want to hear from you towards the end of this. So go ahead and start getting some of that stuff going in your mind. We all have goals. I don't talk about resolutions, all right? Because resolutions, people just throw those, January 2nd, they're done, right? We want to talk about long-term vision goals, things that you really want to see, feel, experience, have your family experience, have your loved ones experience. And by the end of this, I hope that we can cast enough inspiration, enough motivation into you that you will latch onto that and go forward in 2018 like you've never done before. Okay. So that being said, I'm going to pass it back to Mary. I'm going to let her introduce a couple people, share some of their experiences from this year, and really tell us where they're going to go in 2018. And then we'll be back to just really cast a team vision from John, and then I'll come back and we'll get this thing going. All right. I'll be back in a bit. Back to you.
Awesome. And by the way, you're looking good with that clothes on, Michael.
I know, I hardly ever wear clothes, so no, I'm kidding.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. You know, it's called a team meeting, a team hangout, team training, where we're here with the team. And that's why we want to hear from the team, but not just from anyone. We are, you know, everyone is here building this team, but there were people, as you might know, we're gonna touch on that a little bit later, events, right? And we're meeting here every week with Team Consistency, everyone who completed their steps. But there are some team members who also were at the latest event of Digital Altitude, and we have seen them sparkling ever since, also before, but especially during and right after. It was like the big breakthrough of Team Consistency, and there are 3 of them we're gonna bring out. I had the honor to bring them out. Actually, I feel really honored. I met them all. We hug, we laugh, we eat together, we hang out, we celebrate together. They were both up, and there were 2 of them up on stage. The third one is what she was like jumping up in the air, like, I'm gonna be on stage. Like, this is the magic that happens at an event. They have done incredible things. First of all, if you see all those posts that we share or that's shared by Digital Altitude, like made like an X amount of money, right? That's all team sales, right? That's what we do as team. Now, 3 individuals of Team Consistency had like big breakthroughs. Let me start with inviting Jennifer out. So hi Jen, how are you doing?
Good. How are you? Hi.
The Netherlands meet the US. It's always so great. Everyone is like hang out from any corner of the globe. Jen, would you mind sharing with everyone here, especially for the brand new team members, who you are, what result you got the previous months working with Team Consistency and with the Aspire system, how that impacted you, and your personal vision for 2018.
Absolutely, I would love to. Sorry, go ahead. Oh, okay. All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Jen. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have 3 beautiful kids, and my husband is an accountant. He works in the corporate world, and we thought that the typical American dream was going to be for us. But after 2 years of that, we found out that it's not for us. It's not the life that we wanted. And so I went online looking for a way to change our life, change our financial situation, and ultimately free my husband from his job. So that's my ultimate vision and goal with this business, is to free him, to free us from that corporate lifestyle so that we can live life big, so we can travel, so we can do the things that we want to do. And so it's been a pretty incredible year with launching that business with Digital Altitude. I knew right away that John Oakes was the person that I wanted to align myself with. I knew that he was very knowledgeable, that he would be an amazing mentor, and also that he would have already an amazing team that I could invite my own team members to, that I wouldn't have to worry about that. And I have absolutely loved having that resource and that support for my team members, so that I don't have to, build the website for the team. I don't have to host all these team trainings. I love being on them, but when you get started, you don't feel confident enough to start to do these things, but I can still offer that to my team members. That's what I absolutely love about this business, is that it's really a team effort, and it's not just Team Consistency. As I learned at the event, there is a whole world of people behind this that are supporting all of us, that are working for the greater good of all of us, so that we can all elevate our lifestyles. And I absolutely loved getting to experience that in person in Las Vegas. And being around that energy, and obviously being on stage, was absolutely incredible. Super proud of that accomplishment, and that I could be up there representing Team Consistency. I've had a $10,000 month. I've had a $7,000 day. So it's been an incredible year, and I'm so excited for 2018 to really take this to the next level. My vision is to help at least 100 people get started in their business, and mentor them and help them change their own lives, because my life has changed with this, and now I want to give back, and I really want 2018 to be about service and giving of myself to other people and helping to elevate them. So thank you, Muriel.
Well, thank you, Jen, for sharing this. This is extraordinary, right? But it's done on a daily basis with the Aspire system. But most incredible is what Jen is doing is possible basically for everyone, right? Because she has access to the same education, the same steps, the same everything. Yeah.
There's no secrets.
And I gotta be honest, Jen, when I met you at the event, I met you, your energy is different than mine, where you're really like down to earth. I'm like, ah, but I saw you like something's, I need to just dim that and whatever. But I saw something sparkling in you. And we always say, events are so important because it wakes up like an X factor. And I literally was sitting next to you like the whole event. I think like we were running up in front. We want to sit like in the first row. But like I saw that sparkle coming, and right after those results hit in, right? And this is not magic. This is just done by following the steps. Jen, you followed the steps. We're all super proud of you because your results crank up the team results, right? This is just where it all started. This is team results, right? So thanks so much for sharing. Your story is impactful, I bet, for at least 10 people here who need to hear this. This is how my faith started, to hear other people's stories. It's the stories that really give goosebumps, right? And give you faith. So, but we have 2 other people. This is not all. And there are just way too many people to bring out. But there is Guy. Let's not do all the guys as last. Martin Andre, I feel so honored to bring you out. We had the honor to meet you and your wife. You were there at the event too. I saw that sparkle in you as well. And would you mind sharing with everyone who you are? Tell a little bit about yourself, what results you had so far, how that impacted you and your family life. You have growing up kids as well. And what's your personal vision for 2018?
Thank you, Muriel. Hey, Dirk. I'm looking at both of you right now. And so a little bit about me in a second, but right now I want to talk about the events. Dirk and Muriel, I met you guys a year ago in Dallas at another event with another company. But those things make an impact. Events are important. This is an event. Joining every single opportunity that you can with your team and speaking with people is really what transforms you, because you get those nuggets. Just listening to Jen right now, I'm picking up nuggets. Even if both her and I were both on stage in Vegas. So Vegas was another event. And even, if we go even way back, Michael and John, I met both of them at another event about in October of last year. So, it's just compounding events and compounding effect of meeting the right people and making decisions. And that's really what brings you to the success and the results that you're looking for. I have a corporate background. Before that was actually an orderly in a hospital. I know, Muriel, you actually a social worker. I don't know if you spent some time in the hospitals, but I was the guy that everybody else delegated the stuff that they didn't want to do. I was that guy, right? So I was the guy like picking up bedpans and picking up stuff that nobody wanted to pick up. But in the trenches, yeah, exactly, the smelly stuff, whatever. I digress. So. So I was able to figure out there's a better way, and I started taking action in everything that you are going to learn and are learning inside of this online space. I was applying it on the offline space, the mindset, the proper vision, connecting with the right people, doing what it takes. And I moved forward, and I became an executive, a corporate executive, from being the guy changing bedpans. And I knew that there was a way, but at that point, I was traveling all over the world, traveling all over the country, but not in a good way, right? In this industry, we talk about, I love to travel, I do all this stuff, but I was doing it away from my family. and my family was at home, and it was really heartbreaking. Although it was amazing and fun at first when I was single, or just, before I got married. But what happens when things are going well? You make babies. So, so I had the babies at home, I had the family, my wife, and everybody at home. And it was difficult. So I had to make a change, and I had to take a decision, and I went online, and I met some people. And they were the right people for me at the time. And it allowed me, and it opened up a scope of things and of people on how to do it better. And that's why I joined Team Consistency, because this is where we do it better. And so rewind about 6 months ago, I started my business. I was the founder of my business, of Digital Altitude. And I was able to use what John and Michael and everybody else in the team, Dirk and Muriel as well, and all of the mindset training and all of the technical parts that we apply online. So I did that, made $30,000, over $30,000 already of total sales, and am just getting started. And so I also write my goals down all the time. And so how I was able to create the life that I had before, going online, was just by writing my goals down. And it wasn't about learning that job. It was about what I wanted out of everything that I was going to attract by having that. So, what I want but for the next 12 months, I actually want to create a surfable wave that is here in a town called Wakefield here. There's a river and I've connected with a group of guys that know how to create surf waves inside of a river. And I want to create a wave that I can surf just next door. And I also want to create, I also want to, and I know Dirk and Muriel, you guys have a vision of going to Costa Rica. I was in Costa Rica with my family 3 years ago. There were hotels there that I wanted to buy. I still want to do those things. So I want to be able to go there at least twice a week, because our family is grounded here. And so on and so forth. I could go on with all of my goals, but my goal is to just, I've been able to create a really amazing business right now in the last 6 months, and just scale that up and do it in as little time as possible every day, so that I can focus on, surfing and my son he's 4 years old. He's already snowboarded down, a mountain, which is, these are visions that I had, and everything is just coming true, just to keep doing that. All of this with a big ear infection, by the way.
Thanks for sharing, Martin. It's really great to see a sparkle in your eyes when you're talking about that, what you want to establish, right? That vision can become for real when you find the right vehicle, right? And that's the team. And it's wonderful to hear you talk about it. And it's wonderful to have met you. And we're going to meet much, much more. Thanks so much for sharing. I know you're going to make it happen. It's going to happen like this year. It's going to happen like any day now. It's just like this, right? So awesome, super inspirational. We have Julie on my screen right next to Martin, who was also at the event, and also with Julie, just like Martin and Jen, and including myself, by the way, got home with a sparkle in her eye, and it never left her. She's an incredible, remarkable personality, visible now in social media, and I see your transformation daily growing. We see it also in your income, but I want to give you the honor to share with everyone here, especially the newest people. Julie, who are you? Where you come from? What are your results so far? How did that impacted you? What shifted your mind? How did that shifted your mind? And what's your personal vision for 2018 here?
Yes. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak today. I am the midlife mom who's come back from many years of volunteering, and I have a degree in psychology. And I was looking ahead at the next 40 years because I have a child in college, and one about to go in another year, and another one who will be entering high school. And so I had that epiphany moment. I looked around and thought, oh, this is how life's going to be every day if I don't determine to change it. And it wasn't that it was bad, but I knew I had some restless energy. I knew I needed to make a change. So I started in with some mindset. I started to look around at business opportunities, and I knew that if my husband was going to, retire at some point, and my kids are going to go off to college, could I offer them or at least my kids, another way of earning some income. How can we do life differently besides the 9 to 5 1 week paid vacation? And I saw all these other people online making money, and I thought, I want that. I want that. And I want to make money so I can change my life, show my kids that there's another opportunity, and change other people's lives. And so this business model has really allowed me to do that. And so I went to the event, and I, like you in the very beginning, worked with the coach. If you haven't worked with them, get plugged into them. They have everything you need to get started. If you're like me, without sort of that background, like I said, I'm the volunteer mom that's gone back to business, and they have a complete system set up. And so I really relied on that system for success and for knowledge. So I can just plug in and keep going. And I've made mistakes, and I've sent wrong emails to things, and so what? I'm earning money, and I'm learning, and that's absolutely fantastic. And I have team members. I think within the first month, I had like 62 team members on a list, and things were growing. And I made some income while I was on vacation, and I would get these little emails saying you made some profit. And I was just driving my kids back from wherever, and I thought, wow, I'm kind of like that. I'm sort of that life person that I was watching in the video, just like so many of us when we watched the video. And I thought, is this for real? Is this really for real? And I was a little skeptic at first, and I said, you know what? No. I'm going to spook around. I'm going to see if these people are for real. I spooked around, followed them. They're for real. I'm for real. And so why not go for it? So this next year, my goals are to have a bigger team and to really set the table to receive more people, because, we don't go to a restaurant and look at empty tables that aren't prepared and food that's not in the back prepared for the chef to serve people, right? We don't get to the ski mountain and there's nobody working the chairlift for us to go up a little higher. Things are prepared ahead of time for you to receive what you want to receive while you're working towards the next step. So I've launched more into my business, and I've invested more because I know that there's more to come. And so I believe in myself, and everybody here has been so helpful. The system's helpful. Everybody is here to just assist and help you grow. And that's the type of people I want to be around. And the fact that I'm making money from the comfort of my home is phenomenal. So I'm so excited. I shake. I have, my heart's racing. I'm beyond excited, and I need to share that with so many more people, because I know there's many more people that are stuck. They're either stuck financially, emotionally. There could be things going on, and they need to be reignited, and they need to be around the right people and the right system to get them from point A to point B in life. And I found it here, and I know I can unlaunch it and relaunch it for other people as well. So that's what it's all about for me. And my kids are following me, and they think it's absolutely phenomenal. And I and I love that. I love that. There's options out there, and you don't have to stay where you are. You just need to be around the right people and the right system to get you where you want to go. So, like I said, I'm not the marketing person, but I'm a business person, and I'm a person happy developing into the next season. And I can't wait for this next year. It's gonna be phenomenal. It's gonna be great.
Thanks for sharing. You're just totally splashing, you're sparkling so hard. Like, it's really hard for me to just, put a pause on you.
Sorry.
This is what it's all about. I hear you say, like, I'm not a technical, I'm just, a mom. I served at schools, but I have a business mind. It's the mindset that counts. The rest is all done. You're doing so great. Just hear yourself talk. You're awesome. This is incredible. We see you're growing. I hear you all three share change. It's all here. I'm making money. Incredible results. Come on, team. This is what's happening. This is just 3 individuals of a team. I'm going to unmute you for the echo. 3 individuals of a massive team. Can you imagine if we're going to collaborate more and just like synergy, like all that energy in one pile? It's like splashing. I'm so excited for what's to come. I'm going to pass it back to or John and Natasha or Michael. I'm not sure. There's so many people here. I'm not sure, Michael, if you want to take it over.
John.
There you are.
That's me.
Awesome. Oh, that's you. Yeah, there's so many people. John, please take it over because I cannot stop talking about, feedbacking, but I think it's cool to share more. Yeah, just take it away.
Awesome. All right, guys. So let's talk about 2018, right? First, before we can do that, let me step back and talk about a couple of things in 2017 that we accomplished as a team. Now, keep in mind that this team really got started in Digital Altitude in April of this past year, 2017. And in that 9-month period from April till now, we have created more than $800,000 in sales as a team. Yeah, that's a huge, huge accomplishment. Now, we set a goal back in April that we were going to do $1 million in 2017. Did we hit it? No, but we came really close, right? That's really close. And, pretty much anything, if you look at all these brand new people just getting started in a business in the course of 9 months, creating $800,000 in sales is a massive accomplishment, right? So 2018, now we're rolling into a new year with a lot of seasoned people, as well as continuing to put more and more new people into the business, into our team, and help and train new people to create those same kind of results. 2018 is going to be off the hook. So instead of setting a total dollar in sales goal for 2018, we decided as a team leadership that we were going to focus more on creating $10,000 a month earners. Okay, so who here that is not already earning $10,000 a month would like to earn $10,000 a month in 2018, right? So good, I see a lot of hands going up. So our goal as a team is to not only create as many $10,000 a month earners as we can, but it is to really show you guys and highlight how simple $10,000 a month really is in this business model. Because I think a lot of people, because depending on where you're coming from, depending on what your current income is or how much you've ever made in the past, $10,000 might seem like sort of a pie in the sky number for you. But here, it's not, right? $10,000 a month is really like 1 or 2 sales, and you can accomplish that. It's huge. I mean, some of you guys look around, you'll see the beaming faces of people that have had $7,000 days, $10,000 days, right? That's in a single day. So earning $10,000 in a month is rather simple here. And even if you're brand new and you're just getting started, you haven't connected with your coach yet, or maybe you haven't completed your steps and you're still kind of deciding, am I going to do this, or is this, maybe something I'm just going to kind of put on the back burner? This is the deal, guys. This is where it's at. This is the place you want to be, because if you want to earn that kind of money and do it by working, only an hour, hour and a half or so per day, this is the only business model that would allow you to do that. And not only that is that you're not only earning money for doing certain things, taking certain actions online, but you're helping create freedom for other people, other families, freeing other parents so that they can spend more time with their kids. I mean, that is something, I don't know about you guys, but personally, I feel really good about that, because I know what that meant to me and to Natasha. So I know what that means to other families when I help somebody like Jen create a $10,000 month, right? That is a life-changing event. And so we know the power of that. And I'm here to tell you guys, and all the leaders are, that anybody who wants that this year can do that. Now, whether you do it in the first 3 months, or you do it in the first 6 months, or it takes you the whole year to do it, that is entirely up to you and your commitment and your effort that you put into this business. But if you want this, you can absolutely do it. So that's the goal for 2018, is that we are going to become known. Team Consistency is going to be the $10,000 a month factory, right? We are going to be cranking out $10,000 a month earners like nobody else. And people are going to stand up and take notice. They already are, right? People in Digital Altitude that are not part of this team are already like trying to sneak into our group, trying to get, backdoor access to some of our trainings and find out what it is that we're doing that our team members are succeeding so much better than everyone else. They haven't seen anything yet. Wait till 2018. It's going to be incredible. So with that, I want to go ahead and pass it back over to Michael.
All right, give me 2 seconds here. I'm trying something different.
Well, you didn't like your clothes that you were going to wear to the wedding, so you're changing them.
Are your
Y'all see me?
like in
Yep, we got you.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, Perfect.
Awesome. All right, cool. I wanted to stand up because I've been doing my videos more standing up lately, and I just feel like they're just getting my energy up. And on top of that, I like what Martin said earlier. You know, he said this is an event, right? And I've been able to, you know, John as well, Dirk and Muriel, we've been able to speak on stages, you know, across the country, thousands of people, like a couple thousand people live, thousands of people watching on the internet. And man, I've just got this feeling today. Like I got the jitters, like I really do. Like I've got this feeling of just energy, and I'm just pumped up to just share with you guys today, right? So if you don't know who I am, my name is Michael Martin. I've kind of like flagship this team for a little bit, and then we brought in John Oakes and his team, and we kind of did some things in the past where we really just all we all just came together, right? You got John, you got Dirk and Muriel, and it's just been awesome being able to work alongside them. I love John like a brother. Dirk and Muriel are like our Netherlands just family that are moving to Costa Rica. So it's just awesome to see everybody just doing super well. But guys, today is like super big. And like I said earlier, I don't believe in resolutions, but we all have to have starting points, right? And sometimes we have to have restarting points, because one of the biggest things here in anything in life, the biggest commodity that you have is your time. Okay. Some people think it's money. Some people think it's this and that and the other. No, the biggest commodity that you have is time. And it was great. I was on the elliptical this morning, about 6 a.m. at the gym, hitting it. And it just hit me because I was listening to an audio. I think it was Eric Thomas, who knows. I couldn't see him. I was just listening. And, you know, he was talking about, you know, as soon as we're born, we're dying, right? And I'm like, dang, that's morbid, man. But at the same time, it's true. We don't know when our last breath is going to be taken. We don't know when things will happen. But all we know is that as soon as we're born, we're dying, okay? And the visual that he gave was, if you think about a tombstone, you know, and you've got the two dates on there, the birth date, the year you were born, and the year you died, okay? But we always focus on those two things when we look at a tombstone, but what really matters is the dash in the middle. What happens during that dash in the middle? What are you doing today that is going to help that dash? What are people going to remember you for? Okay. So, and some of you are maybe new and you're like, whoa, this is some deep stuff. Well, yeah, it is kind of deep, because it's the deep stuff that makes you take massive action. Okay. Because here's the thing, like the story, a little bit of my story is I started online. You can see this stuff over here. There's a lot of travel stuff, a lot of stuff from different countries. This wasn't even on my radar back in the day. You know, this stuff wasn't even like I spent several years with a massive drug addiction. I spent a couple years after that, you know, getting out of it, and then finding my wife and getting married. And we struggled because we were married for 12 years and couldn't have children. Okay. So there's a lot of stuff that just happened over time that was just beating me down. I have no college education. I have 1 year of college, and it was all music. Right. And so I tell you this stuff because a lot of people think we're just like successful people. We're always successful. But that's not the case. You know, a lot of us had to go through a lot of struggle in life and rock bottoms to really, really, really turn things around. Because when you fall on your back, the only way you can go is up or in the ground. And I sure as heck wasn't going in the ground. Right. So I want you to remember that, you know, and here's the cool thing. Some of you haven't hurt bad enough. Some of you haven't hit your rock bottom. And it's cool because you don't have to. Because you get to leverage the people who have the leadership. The stories you're hearing today are things that you can actually take and go, you know what? I'm not at bottom, but I don't ever want to have to be at bottom to be successful, right? I can actually leverage people like John's story and Michael's story and Muriel's story and understand it. They know what it takes to get there. I've just got to follow their lead, right? So casting a big vision for the team, like John said, we're trying to do something now that we want to make sure that we keep it in your head that 10K a month is simple, okay? 10K a month, it really is simple. Now, I didn't say it was easy, right? Because here's the thing, when you start in a new business, what happens? Everything feels like it's like a foreign language, right? You're looking at things, you're listening to Michael Force in your steps, and you're like, I don't know what the hell he's talking about, but I'm going to figure it out, right? But it's all foreign to you, so you have to understand that when you're going through this process, that's really the hardest part. once you actually get positioned and you get moving in your business, then all of a sudden things start to make sense if you're taking action. Okay. So a big vision is super important. And all of you, I'm sure, raise your hand or just say yes in the chat because I can't see hands. Say yes in the chat if you can actually see yourself having a 10K month. Yes, 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 yes. I love it. See, the hardest part is over. The hardest part is being able to see it for yourself and just getting to that point. So now that we've talked about the big vision, I want to talk about your vision, right? Because 10K a month, yeah, maybe your vision, but I want to dig a little deeper. Right now in my business, I'm roughly 5 years into being online, marketing online, building businesses through systems like this and things like that. I'm 5 years in. Okay, we've done very well, but right now the 5-year mark, man, I don't know if it's that we had our twin babies this year. I don't know if it's just simply the fact that like five years just has kind of like a symbolic thing, and it's just a measuring stick, And every time like my little Facebook on this day pops up, I get a little weepy, man. I get a little overwhelmed with emotion of what's happened in 5 years. Because 5 years ago, man, I'm telling you, I was there. I spent a couple years before coming online in network marketing, traditional MLM. So tell me yes in the chat again, who's ever been to an event by yourself? Like you're by yourself at an event, you're just wanting something to happen, you're just like wandering around. So that was me. I would go to events because I couldn't afford to take my wife. We were going through a bankruptcy, a foreclosure, and I would go to these events and I would literally I'll just be honest, let's be transparent. I would spend half the time when I wasn't in the event, most of the time sitting in the bar, drinking by myself because I was just so beat up with life. I was so depressed. And then I would walk around the streets just kind of like sobbing a little bit like, man, I just want something better for my family. I want this to work so bad and it would kill me. So I was at an event. It was in January 5 years ago. It'll be 5 years ago in January. And I finally had some things that hit me about vision, about I was hearing about a big vision, but actually they started talking about my personal vision. And they just kind of really, the speaker on stage just kind of kept egging into me. Some of you have heard the story where he's like, what would that do for you? What would that do for you? What would that do for you? And the other day, or this morning, I actually picked up my phone and I scrolled through my notes that had been stored on Gmail. And I found the notes that I typed into my phone while I was walking around. And instead of sobbing, instead of being upset, I was typing those notes in excited. I was typing those notes in talking about what I want to do, how I just realized that I was put on this earth to help people. I was actually put on this earth because I matter. And it was amazing because I stepped into that. And that's where all that came from. It's because these are like stuff from mission trips and Africa, Bolivia, different places. And it's all because I finally stepped into my personal vision and I got excited about it versus like being all, oh, I don't know what this, my life sucks, And I totally, and from that moment, everything changed. Everything went up. And it's funny because this happened at an event, segueing into an event. So, and it was my own personal demons and my personal battles that I finally realized that I mattered. And I'm here to tell you today, you matter. You matter, okay? And no matter what you think, I know because we get caught up in business, we get caught up in life, we get caught up in jobs and family and spouses who don't support us and all this other stuff. But you know what? You matter. And I tell you that because you matter not just to you, you matter to your family. You matter to people that you haven't even met yet. But you have to step into your own vision, your own power, and then, man, I'm telling you, everything will change, okay? And some of you are like, I don't have a vision. I don't know what a vision is. It's okay. Come into our vision first, and I promise you, as you start thinking about that 10K month, you'll start thinking about how you can help people, how you can influence people, how you can impact people when you start with the big vision and start stepping into your own smaller vision, okay? And I'm telling you, it's amazing, all right? So that being said, I just want to give you that little spiel. And I want to walk around, but I'll be like walking around like this. But so the thing is here, guys, that I want you to understand is transformation, things like this, for me personally, I'm speaking from experience. I'm not just giving you a bunch of lip service about it, happens at events, okay? And so we've got a big event coming up in March. The Marketing Mastery event is going to be in San Diego, March 23rd through the 25th. John's probably impressed that I remembered the dates because I never remember dates. So March 23rd through the 25th, we're going to be getting together in San Diego. And I encourage you, go ahead, make it part of your goals for 2018. Be at the event with us. It doesn't matter if you're just a trial member. It doesn't matter if you've been around for a while, saying you're across the globe. We've got time to figure this out. It's like about 2.5 months away, almost 3. So go ahead and mark it on your calendar and start looking up flights, start figuring out and join us, okay? We're a little more established now in Digital Altitude, in the Aspire system. So we're gonna be doing some cool stuff. So when you're looking at flights, try to come in Thursday night or super early Friday morning, because we're going to put together like a luncheon type meeting with just our team members who are there. More details on that will roll out as they get closer and we figure out the location. So go ahead, think about that while you're booking your stuff. If you can be there Thursday night, so you don't have to like just hustle in and hustle out. But if not, be there early Friday morning, and we want to hang out, have some fun, and just have a lunch and all that stuff. So it'd be great. And that was all Muriel's idea. I'm going to pass that to her. But yeah, so we're going to be doing a lot more team stuff there and really boost up that camaraderie, because I want you to understand that this is a family, okay? This is a group of people who really do care about your success. Like John was saying, there's people from the outside looking in, trying to get in. We're like, no, stay. You didn't join us. and we don't mean to be like that, like mean or anything, but we want to work with the people who decided to lock arms with us and you and your team members, okay? So this flows for all of you that are on here and everybody you bring on. And so what does that look like? I know that we have this group right now that we're talking to, but we actually have a smaller group that we work with pretty much daily, because we're in a 24/7 Skype chat with them. And then we meet regularly like this at this time every week. And that's called our Traffic Mastery Group, okay? And some people are like, ooh, I want in on that. Well, here's the deal with that. If you're brand new and you're working through your steps, you need to complete all of your steps, work with your coach, and then you've got to get positioned and launching your business, okay? So what does that positioning look like? Talk with your sponsor, okay? They'll really lay it out for you, like what you need to do to be positioned. And if they don't know, you can always private message John or Muriel or myself, and we'll kind of guide you in what you need to do, okay? So that being said, this business is all about keeping it simple, okay? We still see a lot of people overcomplicating things, and I'm telling you, the simpler you can keep it, and it really comes down to, I'm not gonna draw again today, but it comes down to the trifecta that I talk about with our Traffic Mastery people. It just really comes down to understanding how to get traffic, which we show you how to do, how to get that traffic to turn into leads and engage those leads, and then those leads turn into sales, and then you throw some social media stuff in there. That's really the simplicity of this business. Then it just comes down to your consistency and your volume. How much traffic can you continue to drive and grow it? We call it scaling it in this business, okay? So I'm telling you, 10K months can happen so quickly here because you can do 10K in one sale. I mean, you literally can do it in one sale if you're positioned correctly. So you need to talk with your coach about that and make sure that you're ready to make the most money you can in this business and not leave any money on the table, because that can happen. And like I said, your steps and your coach will explain that. But here's my position on that, okay? My position, John, Murray, I'm sure you all share it. It's the same amount of work that you're going to do to make a $500 commission or a 10K plus commission. Same amount of work. So if I was having to bus tables in a restaurant, I grew up in the restaurant business. If I had to bus tables in a restaurant and they said, you know what, you can make $7 an hour or you can make $100 an hour, which one would you like? I'm taking the 100, just so you know, okay? I'm not going to shortchange myself and say, oh, okay, I'm only worth $7 an hour. It really comes down to, are you worth it? Do you really want to make those big commissions? Do you want to step into our vision? Do you want to step into your own vision? And do you want to do things that you can actually reach out and help others with? Okay. So that being said, guys, I'm done. I don't even know what time. Oh, I'm wearing a watch too, guys. I don't ever do this. Let's see here. We got about we've got about 10 minutes left if we want to keep going, but I'm going to pass it to Muriel and see if anybody, tell us in the chat, do you care to share your 2018 vision? Just tell us down in the chat, and maybe we can pull you out and hear from you. So Muriel, are you there?
Okay, well, Michael, thank you so much. And while people are thinking, oh, I'm allowed to share something, and you're chatting, and John and Michael are just reading you, let me ask you this. You don't have to answer, but just answer it in your mind. If you think about your vision in 2018, skipping the fear factor, right? Is your cup half full or half empty? That's the question, right? If I just really quickly, like if you haven't, most people know our story about the bankruptcy. We had no money. We still invested. We believed in ourselves. My goodness, there happened so much more, right? We had drama in our lives from the angle of people who see an empty cup. Our cups were empty. Our lives were finished. Dirk, am I allowed to say so? He blew off half of his hand, like when he was 12. He didn't want to live anymore at that time. He was a kid. My mom committed suicide when I was 18. I lived with a drug addict for 10 years. You haven't even heard this, right? From the angle of strangers would look at our lives like, you are so done. And you know what? We didn't even met. This was before the bankruptcy. We decided both our cups are half full. This is a given life. And again, Michael or John just shared it. You don't have to hit rock bottom. But don't think we were already there. We just started to see our cups half full. And just go take it where you are. You just all have an old specific starting point. But the thing is, and that's the power of this team. That's the power of all of you, right? This is synergy. Together we can do so much more. If there's people who see the value in you before you see it, there's where your magic is born, because you all have a purpose. There are people waiting for your story. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's a happy story, it's a happy story, right? But there are people waiting for you. There ain't no people yet like you on the leaderboards. You can write your own book, but you have to write it yourself. We are here for you because we have our own drama stories here. It's not about the drama. It's just, come on. We're just saying you can do anything. It doesn't matter how hard you hit rock bottom. We believe in you because we have hit it really hard. And please see your cup half full. Dare to push yourself out of the comfort zone. Don't freak out when your coaches tell you freaking out things that doesn't feel comfortable. They're here to help you. And when the coach work is done, we're going to stay here for you. And we see all your talent. If I look at all these faces, and most of you I've met before, I've seen before, you have talents. I cannot wait to see it all come out of you, but you're still hiding in your comfort zones. Please allow the world and allow yourself to step into your power. We see it already. And sorry, I'm just bragging around. Probably everyone is sharing, a lot of people are sharing stuff in the chat, but this is just some last words to inspire you.
And it's so much more fun out there.
It's so much fun out there. And yeah.
It is.
It is.
It is.
It is.
Awesome. Hey, I want to read some stuff from the chat because people obviously on the recording can't see it. So here we go. So Jackie says by this time next year I want to make $20,000 a month. Very nice. Let's see here. There were some more. I lost them. All right. Arnell says I'm ready to make my business a success. I want to make 10K weekly. What do I have to do? Man, exactly what the steps are laid out to do. All right. And I love that question because this is where it comes to keeping things simple. Work with your coach, get through your steps, and then position yourself well. Okay. Your coach will explain all that. 10K weekly. Yeah, that's it. With this program, If you scale it, man, it can happen easily. Okay. I want to make 10K and higher, Stephanie. Looking forward to the coming year. I'll start slow, but I'm going to get there and more. Yes, Jackie, I love it. All right, Chelsea, I want to make the 2018 vision possible. It's still around $36 a month. Not sure what that was exactly. Let's see here. And that's all people type. Anybody want to speak up? Tell me in the chat so we can unmute you. David said, I'll make 20K per month and quit my job. Yes. Man, says, my challenge is keeping up my belief consistently. I get amped up and go hard for a while, and then doubt sets in. 10K a month would be a dream. Yes, it could be a reality. All right, and that's the cool thing. Here's the thing. You know, this is a vicious cycle. Okay, and I want to point this out while we're all talking, because a lot of people get amped up for a minute, and they go hard, and then they stop. And see, that's the whole reason I named this team Consistency, because you've got to stay consistently amped up. Okay, and how do you do that? It's getting a vision that you just can't let go of. You just can't think straight sometimes. You can't sleep. You can't stay in bed in the morning. You know, those are the feelings that I still get when I'm doing this business, man, and building and just thinking about what's next, man. What's next? What can we do? When you start attaching yourself to things like that with goals in your life that you want to accomplish, and you always keep those in the forefront, that's how you stay amped up all the time. If you just kind of like say, well, I want to make 10K a month, there's nothing attaching you to that. You know, there's nothing that you will just are driven to do for 10. It's just money, right? At the end of the day, it's just money, and the money can do a lot of great things, and that's what you've got to attach yourself to. All right, let's see here. 10K a month for sure. Me and my massive marketers. Yes, Rob. You rock, Rob. All right, guys. Well, let's. Hey, if we don't have anything, John, want to bring us home?
Yeah, man, this was awesome. Great hangout. Hey, want to first off just thank everybody who attended today live. You know, we appreciate you guys taking the time on a Saturday, especially a holiday weekend as it is. You know, really appreciate it. It says a lot about you that you actually showed up live to this. We love you guys. Want to make sure that you understand that we are here for you. And that goes for everybody, even those that are watching the replay that didn't make it on live. We're here for you guys. We really wanted you to get an opportunity to see what this team is all about, and that we are literally never-ending support for those members that decide to lock arms with us, plug into the system, and take action. You know, nobody is ever by themselves here in this business, and we never leave anybody behind. You know, that's the kind of the mantra of the team. And I think that is underlying one of the biggest reasons why our team is doing so well, is because we're like a family, that everybody knows that we're here for you. You can always grab on. You know, all you have to do if you want to get closer and closer to us as a group is simply follow those steps, go through, work with your coach, complete the steps, get positioned, and hook into us, get part of our traffic mastery group, you know, and really become part of that family. Show up at the event that's coming up in March. We'd love to see you guys face to face and get to know you better. Those of us that have been at events together, we have a much stronger bond because we've had time to, you know, spend time with one another, get to know each other, hear those little stories behind the event, you know, all that kind of stuff. So we look forward to seeing you guys. And you have anything to add?
Were you going to talk about the event that's coming up in February?
February?
Yeah. Okay. All right. So,
No.
Okay.
That's a different event.
Okay.
All right. So that's all I got. Michael, go ahead and close it up.
All right, I said it to you to close it up. But anyway, guys, hey, we love you guys. You guys have a wonderful day. Happy New Year. Let's kick it off strong. And don't start the new year in 2 days. Start now, today. Draw your line in the sand. Let's get moving. We'll see you guys in the groups. You have a great one. Peace.